using real life examples. The mechanic example. Now, this is a good example when maybe customers don't want to pay anything at all to open up the policy. Maybe they're complaining like no one else charges me anything. I shouldn't have to pay anything. I could go somewhere else and not get charged anything at all. I don't know why you guys are charging me an initial payment, a down payment. I shouldn't have to pay anything. I'm already making my monthly payment. So you use this example that mechanics offer a service. So besides the cost of the parts, you're still responsible for the labor. You're responsible for the service. So I use this example to demonstrate that even though a mechanic is going to change a part and maybe the part is worth $100, they're still going to have to pay something additional to the $100 to actually complete the process. So it's the same thing with insurance. Even though their monthly payment is $120, there's still some sort of payment that's going to be responsible for, that they're going to be responsible for, a payment that they're going to be required to make, which is going to be more than the 125 to open up their policy, because the monthly payment and the activation is included. So if they keep emphasizing on, I shouldn't have to pay you, I shouldn't have to pay the agency, I'm paying the company already, then you're going to use the mechanic concept or the mechanic example to demonstrate that nothing's for free. That even though we're setting up the policy, we're helping them, we're choosing the best option, we're educating them, we're giving them information, we're going to process the application, we're going to make sure that everything is accurate. That's a process, and there's a fee that's already included, but it's not for free. So I tell them, sir, I completely understand that you don't want to pay anything additional than the monthly payment. You feel that an initial payment, an activation, a down payment shouldn't be required. Matter of fact, you're not willing to pay anything at all. Well, let me give you an example. Have you ever taken your car to a mechanic? Have you ever had any mechanical issues? Have you ever had any situation where you needed a professional, a mechanic to actually help you fix your car? Most of the time they're going to say yes. But if they say no, then you tell them, do you know anybody that has? Or do you know the process? Everyone's going to say yes. So literally, this is the way it works. Let me just give you an example. Let me give you a basic example. Let's say you need a tune-up. You need to change the brakes, change the oil, maybe a couple filters, something, smart plugs, something basic that you're not able to do. So you're gonna get your car, you're gonna drive it, you're gonna take it to the mechanic. Now, if you know the parts that you're gonna need, you may actually purchase the parts first, or you may just drop off the car and have your mechanic purchase everything and obviously take care of the situation. Now, it wouldn't make sense for you to purchase the parts, drop off the car to your mechanic with the parts, and for you to tell them, look, here's my parts. I'll pick up my car in an hour, or I'll pick up my car tomorrow, and I'm expecting my car to be ready. Do the tune-up, but I'm not going to pay you anything for you to actually complete the process. I'm not going to pay you nothing whatsoever because I already paid for the parts. What do you think your mechanic is going to say? Even if it's a family mechanic, first of all, he's going to curse you out. He's going to tell you, get out of here before, I do something to you. They're going to laugh. They're not going to be happy. Either they're going to think you're joking, or they're really going to get upset because you're insulting them. They're a professional. You want them to help. You want them to help you with your situation, but it's going to cost a fee. You could call it a labor cost, labor fee, service fee, whatever it is. There's a fee that they're going to charge you. There's a certain amount. They may charge you $50, $100, $200, depending on how difficult and how much time consuming is gonna take them. They're gonna charge you something. Do you agree or disagree? They're always gonna agree. Do you have a mechanic? Can you drop it off? Would it make sense? If you're the mechanic, would it make sense for someone to drop off the car and the parts and not pay you anything to do the work? It wouldn't make sense, right? So they're gonna agree with you. So tell them that's exactly the situation here. It wouldn't make sense for you to come and demand just to pay the monthly payment and not pay anything additional, because nothing's for free. There's no The only thing free is if you do it yourself. Auto insurance, unfortunately, is something that is not so easy for you to do it on your own. So it's going to require a professional, which is us, which is me, to actually complete the process. But therefore, the agency is going to charge an activation for helping you. Similar to the mechanic is a professional. He's not going to do it for free. The agency, there's no agency out there in the state of California that's going to do it for free. Now, there's a few companies like AAA, State Farm. They may not charge you an activation fee, but they're going to charge you something a lot higher on the monthly payment. So even though you're not paying it up front, you're going to pay it through the course of the year, but you're still paying something additional. So therefore, this policy is going to require 150 to 200 to get started. Now, just keep in mind, it's just a small activation, nothing critical. You're not paying a high down payment, but you're going to have to pay something a little bit more than what you expected. Use this real life example to demonstrate the process of a service and to convince them that every service requires a fee. Now, every example that he used, they have to understand it. They have to relate to it. At least they have to understand it, either because they've used it or they've gotten some sort of experience through this example, or they know someone that actually went through the process. Now, we at one point have all used a mechanic, so this example is very relevant to anyone.